Ramblin man here. Okay, so let's talk about all of this January 6th stuff going on, this insurrection, as they call it. So, this is just my opinion. There's some facts in here, but my opinion is of this. So, they went through, and when January 6th took place, they tried to impeach Trump, which it failed again the second time, right? So they went through all this and looked at a bunch of different things on this, got information, evidence, as they call it, and to try to impeach Trump, and it didn't work. So after that's done, they've called this like the worst thing since the War of 1812. Let's be honest. Comparing that to what happened in 9/11 is like a slap in the face for those people that perished on 9/11. Because I mean, let's be honest. If you lost a loved one, 9/11. I mean, we were at a time in our country, over 3,000 people died in the towers and out in Pennsylvania and at the Pentagon, and we're talking about a bunch of people marching on the Capitol as the worst thing since 1812. First, you have that. Then they don't even talk about 1954 when three men and a woman walk in with guns, part of like the Puerto Rican nationalists or whatever they were, walk in and shoot in the house, in the Capitol, in the House meeting, and 5 of the congresswomen, whatever, were injured at that time. How is this worse? Like, you have these police officers, some of them crying. When you have that many people all gathered together, you're going to have some bad seeds in there. And we don't even know if there's Antifa, if there's BLM, if there's any of those people in this group dressed up like they're just, you hear a lot of different things. But then on top of that, so they're putting a committee together. They don't approve any of McCarthy's people, so he pulls all his recommendations. Instead, they put Cheney and Kissinger in there, right? Now, those two individuals, are, what do they call them? Pelosi's Republicans, because you can't really call it bipartisan if they're already pretty much switching sides, okay? So, in the meantime, at some point they're going to be, removed from office as far as like on the Republican side, because there's not anyone going to support that. But you really have kind of like a railroading going on. If you really wanted to get down to it and really find out facts, then you would go through and find the best people that you could, from both sides, because you don't want it to be all one-sided, because at that point, what is the point? I mean, you're going to find whatever you want to find. That's how that works. If you're one-sided, you find whatever you want to find. You don't find the truth. You just find a truth. That's just my take on it. I'm just saying, for all this stuff going on, they've blown this thing up to be even worse than it is. The only person that died because of the so-called riot is Ashley Babbitt, because she was climbing through a window, unarmed, just shot in the neck. The other officer, they talk about, he died of a stroke like 8 or 9 hours later. It wasn't even attacked. If you watch the deal, I think he got some pepper spray on him. Now, come on. I've been pepper sprayed. That doesn't cause a stroke. Maybe all the excitement, I don't know, but he had a stroke and died. It wasn't because he was killed there. And if you can... So they've been putting people into jail longer than what I think they should be in there. Destruction of federal property, you can have like 10 years. But during all the riots, where was that up in Portland, Minneapolis, all those different places, when they were burning down police departments and federal buildings? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Where were they at then? Why is it not a two-way street? This is just one-sided because it fits the Democratic narrative. And right now, it fits the Biden administration. And the more they focus on this, the less they have to focus on Biden and his and the fact that he keeps dropping in the polls. His approval rating is at 50% finally. I mean, it's just dropping. The only thing keeping him afloat is the COVID. His what he's done there, and even that has dropped. So that's just my take of it. I want y'all to let me know, what do you think about it? And you're going to have people on here like, oh, another Trump turd. No. Whatever you want to say, you go ahead and say it. I'm not going to get in an argument with you over, because it's hard to argue with stupidity. And if you find yourself on here and you are a Biden supporter, you can find yourself right back out. Y'all have a good day. Ramblin' out.